Happy Spirit Week, Buffalo. My name is Rachel, and these are my kids.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
Hi, I'm Olivia. Hi, I'm Alex.
I'm a teacher at Buffalo Academy for Visual and Performing Arts. Today, for Mindfulness Day, we're going to show you some ways to make a mandala.
What's a mandala?
The word mandala comes from the Sanskrit word for circle. The creation of mandalas is a very focused and meditative process. Usually mandalas are circles with radial symmetry, which means the design repeats and branches out from the center.
Tibetan monks spend weeks making mandalas out of colored sand, only to sweep them up once they are finished.
The focus of these mandalas is on the creation, not the end result.
What makes mandala creation fun is that you can make them out of almost anything. Let's look at some examples. Mandala is a geometric shape, usually a circle, and it's divided into radial symmetry. That means it repeats from the middle towards the outside. And you can divide the circle into whatever number of sections you want. It can be 6 pie slices or 8 pie slices, but however you divide it, you're going to repeat the image over and over. So we're going to show you a couple ways you can do that. The first thing you need to do to draw a mandala is to make your circle. There's a couple different ways you can do this. If you have a compass, you can use that, or you can just trace something that is circular in shape, like our roll of tape. First way I'm going to show you to start this is to use the compass to draw the circle. The compass has the end with the point and then the end with the pencil that draws, and depending on how far you spread this apart is the radius, or the halfway size of the circle. So the circle will be as wide as 2 of those. I'm going to go about here because I think that'll fit on this piece of paper nicely. And instead of trying to turn the compass around, because that works, but it's very hard to do, what I've discovered is it's actually easier to turn the paper. I'm going to hold the compass in my left hand because I'm left-handed. I'm going to get this point firmly in place, and I'm going to let the pencil sit gently on the top of the paper. And then I'm going to grab the corner of the paper and turn. Now I've drawn a circle. I'm going to do the next step. I like to divide my mandalas like this into 6 pieces. I have not changed the size of the compass at all. It's still the same size I drew the circle with. I'm going to put the point on the edge of the circle, and I'm going to draw an arc from one edge of the circle to the other. For the next step, I'm going to put the point where the last arc started. I'm going to keep doing that until I go all the way around. Now, you could just take this and add color or add in whatever materials you want to make a mandala. But if you now change the size, I made my circle smaller. I'm going to put the point back in the middle now. And I can use that to create even different shapes. And you can keep going with this idea. As long as you just keep lining the point up in the same place, you can create new shapes. Honestly, you can make a mandala out of just about anything. So what are you going to use to make this mandala?
Fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks. Okay, let's open them up and put them in the bowl. Okay, so I know you've made mandalas before, but we're going to use our plate because it's a circle. And then we're going to just choose colors of fruit snacks and repeat them so that the pattern repeats over and over again in a symmetrical way. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we have those in the middle in a way where they sort of radiate out. Now we're going to add some red ones. I'm going to try to add them in the same spot all the way around. Okay. So you're just trying to add them in the same spot at each section, right?
Yeah.
And since we have fruit snacks, there's 6 of the purple ones in the middle. You're just putting 6 of each one that you add.
Now
I think I'm gonna use these ones.
Okay, what are those ones?
And then
Those lemon?
in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's great about fruit snacks?
This is a pear. I always thought it was
Oh, I think it's a
fish.
peach maybe?
Oh yeah, I always thought it was a fish.
What's great about the fruit snacks is they're not permanent. So if you put something down and you don't like where it is, you can always pick it up and move it. We've done that a couple times already, right?
I just put these orange ones under the peaches. Now, I think I might.
What are we gonna do now? Oh, that's a good idea. So all you're doing is, as you're working your way around, you're trying to repeat the pattern and put them in the same spot at every section.
Too much strawberries, but I could be missing. And since I have an extra strawberry,
Right in the middle, huh? Okay, do you think it's done or do you think we need more?
I think we need more.
Okay.
This whole line is blank.
Okay, what do you want to do there? Remember that I told you if you didn't have a compass, you could start your mandala by just drawing a circle with anything that's round. I'm going to use my roll of tape. I'm going to cut this shape out and then fold it to get my pie slices that are all regular. So now that I have cut out this circle, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. One final time. I'm really pressing those creases because those are going to become my lines. Now I have a circle divided into 8 slices that I can use to draw a mandala.
We're going to use gel pens, and here are some colors that we have.
So do you remember when we made the mandalas on paper?
Yes.
We divided into regular sections and then we repeated elements? It's not going to be any different with hockey sticks. You ready to try it?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Why we got so many hockey sticks in this house?
Because we play hockey. Because
Yeah.
me and my brother play hockey.
But really, you could do this with any sporting goods, right? If you were a
baseball bats.
baseball bats or baseballs, lacrosse sticks, football equipment,
Football equipment.
any sports you play. Okay, what are we going to do with the other ones we have? All right, so you had a pretty good start there with the hockey sticks.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with the pucks now?
We are going to make a circle around.
Awesome. So you're going to just repeat them at about that spot all the way around.
We don't have enough books for that.
We might be able to even just space them a little more, Alex. And then you probably do have enough pucks. Okay, are you ready to make another mandala?
Yes.
Okay, what are we using today?
Food coloring, paintbrushes, and lemonade Girl Scout cookies.
Food coloring. So we just have food coloring in an egg carton.
And paintbrushes that don't have paint on them.
Paintbrushes that are really clean because we're using them on food.
And They have to be as clean as they can be.
And we're gonna paint on these lemon Girl Scout cookies because they're already divided in circles.
And I did not know that.
Awesome, right? And we have a cup of water so we can thin out the food coloring if we need to. So you're starting with the blue.
Yes.
And we are at just a drop of water before we put our brushes in the food coloring, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you start to run out, you can dip it in again. Can I see? Can you move your hand for a minute so I can see? Good.
Some orange.
Okay, so you rinsed your brush real well and now you're swapping to the yellow.
Yeah.
If you use the yellow real thick, it comes out sort of orange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like making mandalas?
Yes.
Why?
Especially with food.
Why do you like making them?
'Cause I can eat them. And they look pretty.
You like the way they look? How do you feel when you're making them?
Concentrated and relaxed and artsy.
Concentrated, relaxed, and artsy. I think those are all pretty good things to feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some of this.
Okay. It's coming out really nice.
Yes, and then you guys need to see this part that I'm doing now. Watch.
Oh, you're gonna let that soak in so the colors mix, huh? It's a good idea. Do you think you might need a little more on the brush?
That's a teensy bit.
So you're starting by following the grooves?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like making mandalas?
Yeah. Not getting.
What you can do is, if it's not spreading, is dip your brush in water once before you dip it in the food coloring.
Thanks for watching our video.